Alright, what's going on? Let's get back to Yandere-chan, visual novel. So, anyway. Just in case if I get any jump scares. There we go. Getting back to it. Mia! Mia! I didn't know why it took so long. All I knew is that it had finally happened. When I got up to pull Mia away from the window, I was hit with a sudden dizzy spell and collapsed onto the floor. As I tried to get up, I noticed that there was blood dripping from my mouth. I knew that I didn't hit anything when I fell over, so that could only mean one thing. The virus had finally got to me. Don't push yourself too hard. You might get hurt, funny. Huh? After I had fallen over, Mia instantly stopped her laughing and swaying about. In a robotic motion, she turned around and gazed at me as I lay on the floor with blood running down my mouth. Something was wrong. All her symptoms had completely vanished. She looked just as calm and collected as she did earlier. Mia? Are you alright? Of course, I'm just fine. But Funny doesn't look too good. I wasn't sure what was going on. I didn't know why Mia seemed unwell one moment and then healthy the next. All I knew was that I had the virus, and as long as I remained out in the hall, Mia was more susceptible to getting sick as well. Mia, I'm going into the classroom now. Please stay out here until help arrives. I clung to the walls as I struggled to get to my feet. It was strange. Even though it took me longer to get sick than the others, I was hit with all of the symptoms at once. Guys, room for one more? I'm coming in now. Guys? There was no answer. I struggled to grab hold of the door and pull it open, but I was so dizzy that I could barely stand. Guys! Can you hear me in there? Can someone please open the door? Oh boy, they could be dead. Still no response. I couldn't even hear them coughing anymore. This was bad. They might be... Damn it, there was no other choice. I needed to get in there and help them, but I was too dizzy to open the door. Mia! Oh shit. Mia, help me get this door open. Mia casually walked over from the window and opened the door. Since I was using the door as support, I collapsed back onto the floor when Mia opened it, but I didn't care about that. I was too busy worrying about the condition of my friends. I frantically crawled into the classroom. I was hoping to find my friends sitting against the wall, alive and well. But no such luck. There were my friends, lying on the floor in pools of their own blood. Dead. They were all dead. No! 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 As I howled in agony, I continued to cough up more and more blood. It wasn't long before I collapsed flat on the floor again from fatigue. It was strange. I'd seen plenty of films where the main character finds out that their friends or family have been killed, and then they look up at the sky and scream things like no and why in anguish. Even though that... Man, that is some cliche shit right there when it comes to movies like that. It's like overused this year nowadays. I always thought those types of films were really hammy, and that nobody would actually do that in real life. Well, you're doing it right now. Just a few seconds ago, and yet here I was. My friends were dead, and I was doing the exact same thing. Yet, no shit. This was a life experience I could have done without. Sob. Why did this happen? Why did my friends die? Why didn't the ambulance come and get them? Why didn't they get here in time? Why didn't they come, Mia? I could hear Mia sobbing softly behind me. And this is way too loud. There we go. I glanced over my shoulder at where she was standing. Oh boy. I am not really sure how this one gonna go. She was standing. She was standing by the chalkboard at the front of the classroom. Her back was facing me, and my vision was blurry, but I could still see that her shoulders were trembling. Mia. This was awful. Here we were, two people who had lost their friends, and we couldn't even console each other. There stood Mia on the other side of the room, crying alone in the corner, and there was nothing I could do. I wanted to walk over to her. I wanted to hold her. I wanted to cry with her, but as long as I had this virus, I couldn't go near her, or risk infection. Mia, I'm sorry, but you need to get out of the classroom. I don't want you getting infected too. Go inside and wait for the ambulance to get here. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Hurry, go now. Mia didn't respond. She just stood there and continued to sob. It doesn't look like sobbing to me. It doesn't look like laughter in the dialogue. I understand your pain, Mia, but you have to get out of here. Don't let yourselves get sick too. I don't want that. And neither would they. My entire body was beginning to convulse, and my vision was going completely blurred. This is how my friends must have suffered in the moments before their death. It was clear that the ambulance wouldn't make it in time to save me. I didn't have much time left, and I didn't want Mia to watch me slowly dying or whatever. Her poor mind was already branded with the images of our dead friends. That was already more than anyone should ever have to see. I had to get her to leave the room. Mia! Mia! Blah. Ah, damn it. I was coughing up more blood than before. My insides felt like they were on fire. Just what the hell kind of crazy virus was this? How did my friends and I contract it in the first place? No, that didn't matter anymore. All that mattered now was getting Mia to leave before she got infected too. But she wouldn't leave. She just continued to face the wall and sob. There wasn't any time for that. Hurry, Mia. Get out of here. You have to go. Quickly, before you get sick. Oh, the words are getting a little bit more bigger. Run. Run away. Get out of here, Mia. No matter how loud I screamed at Mia, she wouldn't budge. And with my health deteriorating rapidly, I just couldn't keep it up any longer. Thud. I collapsed onto the floor and struggled to breathe. There was nothing more I could do. Mia refused to leave, and I didn't have the strength to force her. At this rate, we were both going to die. I was already through the thick of it, but Mia had yet to suffer the horrific pain of coughing up her insides. Still, at that point, it didn't seem to matter anymore. Dying was a brief experience in contrast to what came afterwards. She would be liberated of the pain before too long. And with that, I closed my eyes and waited for the end to come. Strange. In spite of my inevitable death, the intense pain in my body, and the bodies of my friends lying sprawled all around me, somehow I felt at peace. It was as if, at that point in time, the whole world had suddenly gone quiet, save for the lonely sound of Mia sobbing in front of me. Now that I could hear it more clearly. It was beginning to sound like an awful lot like. Nah, it couldn't be. Well, it's getting more louder now. I need to stop doing that. That was just wrong. I don't know why I keep laughing like that. It's overused now. I'm gonna stop. Been laughing. I don't even laugh like that all day. It's just all part of the damn dialogue. There was no way she could be. Oh yes, she's actually laughing. Laughing. I opened my eyes and lifted my head up. I looked towards where Mia had been standing this whole time. At this point, my vision was almost completely blurred. But by straining my eye, let me go back here. I'm actually scared on this one. Oh man, I had to go back a few ways because I know there's gonna be a jump scare. I know it. I opened my eyes and lifted my head up. I looked towards where Mia had been standing this whole time. At this point, my vision was almost completely blurred. But by straining my eyes, I could just make out the shape of her body over by the chalkboard. Only now, Mia was facing towards me, and she appeared to have moved in closer. That explained why the sobbing had gotten louder. Only now, it didn't really sound like sobbing at all. I strained my eyes hard to get a better look at her. Oh boy. Huh? And then I saw it. Standing in front of me was Mia. Oh shit. And she was laughing. Ha 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 ha. But it wasn't the same giggling type of laughter like from when we were all playing together at lunch. God damn it. Ha ha ha. It was a completely different kind of laughter. It's an evil laughter this time. And as it grew louder, it began to sound more cold, more menacing. Ha ha ha. All that shit. Oh man. More evil. That didn't scare me at all. It's what Mia would sound like. Holy shit. Ha 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 ha. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Here we were in a room with 4 dead people and 1 dying person, and Mia was laughing it up like it was one great big joke. Thank God I turned down the sound for this one. There was no way she could be this malice. It had to be a symptom of the virus. Earlier on, when Mia was giggling outside, I figured that it was because she was exhibiting signs of infection. But before we went into the classroom, she had stopped giggling and reverted to her normal self. Then, after we entered the classroom and found the body, she started up again. But if that was the case, then why weren't these symptoms present in me and the others? Why did we all bleed out our mouths while Mia only had a mental episode? Why was she still fine while the others were dead? It didn't make any sense. Who are you trying to kid? You know damn well what's really going on. The answer has been staring you in the face this entire time. You've figured out a long time ago. You just didn't want to believe it was true. You tried to hide behind rose-tinted glasses and tell yourself that everything was okay. This was all just some freak accident. Oh look, all my friends are sick. Oh look, so am I. Everyone's sick. Isn't that just the damnedest thing? Oh wait a minute. Not everyone's sick. There's still one person still standing, healthy as a horse. How peculiar. Well, surely there's a reasonable explanation for all of this. It couldn't be something like that, could it? No, of course not. That can't be right. That's just insane. Oh, it's insane, alright. That's just insane. It's all just one big misunderstanding. It's really not as bad as it looks. It'll work out, you'll see. All I need to do is have faith and everything will be alright. Ha, some faith. Look where it's got you. Your friends are dead, and pretty soon you'll be dead too. Yup, looks like you were right. Just sit tight, because everything's gonna be alright. Shut up. Oh my god, the smack just made me jump there. I continued to condemn myself within my own mind. Evidently, my own subconscious was much more sarcastic than I was. Eventually, it reached a point where I just couldn't take it anymore and I screamed at myself to stop. And now she's staring at me in my soul. What the fuck? In the process, I had caused Mia to stop her insane laughing. When he said shut up so loud as that she stopped laughing. Using what little physical strength I had remaining, I craned my neck up to look at her, and in turn she looked down at me where I lay on the floor. A short while passed before anyone said anything, and then Mia opened her mouth. How are you feeling, Funny? Her voice lacked any ounce of sympathy. It was like we were two people passing each other on the street and she was simply asking me for the time. If I had the strength, I'd have probably screamed at her, but instead I answered in an equally basin sounding voice. My friends are dead. I'm knocking on death's door, and all the while, here you are laughing it up like it's all one big comedy skit. So, to answer your question, Mia, I felt better. I see. That's good. Though I guess it's not really. If Funny had gotten sick much earlier, you wouldn't be hurting anymore. Such a shame. She continued to gaze at me with hollow eyes. My vision was blurred, but I could at least determine that much. I wasn't sure how much longer I was going to last, but I couldn't die yet. There were still questions that had yet to be answered. This girl had all the answers. I want you to tell me. Damn it. I want you to tell me what's going on here. Isn't it obvious? Funny is dying. That's not what I meant, and you know it. What I want to know is why I'm dying. Why are the others dead? Why are you still okay? Why did all of this happen? That sure is a lot of questions. I wonder if I can answer them all before Funny goes to sleep. Fine, if that's too much to handle. Fine, if that's too much to handle, then just answer one question. If you can answer this one single question, then I can die without regret. Alright. Ask me one single question and I'll answer it. Okay then. Mia, why did you lie? Lie? I lied. That's not right. I didn't lie. Tell me when I lied. Today, when you pretended to be their friend. All throughout lunch, we were laughing and having fun, and you were right there laughing along with us. At least that's how it would have looked to anybody who was watching us. Hell, even we, the people in the group, were fooled by your act. We really thought you had chosen to become part of the team, you know what I mean? But you and I both know that that wasn't really the case. You were only pretending to laugh. You were only pretending to have fun, and you were only pretending to be their friend, when deep down you wanted nothing more than for them to die. That, Mia, is when you lied. And what I want to know is why. And it's lagging a bit. Oh my goodness. Funny is silly. He's gotten himself all mixed up. Huh? This wasn't right. I had just exposed Mia to her own lies. She should have been sweating bullets and struggling to come up with an answer, but instead she just giggled on me like I just make some humiliating mistake. Oh boy. What was so funny? What did I miss? Oh boy. Like I said, I didn't lie. Funny merely misinterpreted what was really going on. What do you mean? What was there to misunderstand? I remember it all perfectly. You went out of your way to pretend to be their friend when really you hated them. When? Tell me when. When at any point did I say that I was their friend? When at any point did I say that they were my friends? I only ever referred to them as Funny's friends, and that was before we even arrived at their table. I never considered them friends, nor did I ever say that they were. You didn't have to. You implied it by pretending to laugh and play with them. Again, Funny misinterprets what really happened. Every time I laughed, every time I looked like I was having fun, that was all genuine. There was never any pretending. Huh? So you're telling me that although you hated them, you enjoyed being with them? That doesn't even work. No, it doesn't. You've just read too much into it. Then explain it to me. Tell me what you were really laughing and carrying on about. What was so goddamn funny that it allowed you to laugh at the exact same time that the person next to us was laughing at a joke they just told? The fly in the ice cube. Huh? The fly in the ice cube. A classic practical joke. You stick a dead fly into an ice tray, fill it with water, and freeze it. Then you stick the ice cube into a person's drink and watch them drink it, completely unaware that it's there. From the time that you stick it in to the time that they realize that it's there, it's really funny to watch. So you're telling me that you were laughing and having fun because you secretly stuck a fly in their drinks. Nobody was drinking anything at lunch, remember? Oh yeah, you actually put poison in your food that nobody was aware of. That's what she is occurring to. Besides, that was just an example. Oh yeah, there were no drinks. The point is, I never pretended to laugh along with them, and therefore never I lied about being their friend. Funny was just reading too much into it. Any assumptions that you made from what you witnessed were of your own doing, not mine. I'll say it again, I didn't lie. My head was starting to throb, and not just because I was hemorrhaging blood left, right at center. Mia had taken my argument and completely torn it to shreds. If she ever went to trial for our murders, her parents could probably save a lot of money by simply having her represent herself, in which case she would probably win. Not exactly a comforting thought given the circumstances. But what was the deal with this talk about flies and ice cubes? What did Mia mean when she said that that's what was making her laugh? When she said that that's what was making her laugh, it's the poison in the food. She said it herself, nobody had any drinks at lunchtime. So what could have been laughing at that was similar to a fly in an ice cube? It didn't make any sense. Wait, yes it did. It made absolutely perfect sense. But like I told myself earlier, I was just too naive to consider it, and it gave me perfect leverage to reinstate my claim. Mia did lie, and I could prove it. When the hell did I suddenly turn into Phoenix Correct? Is that another word for Phoenix Wright? Screw it, I was just gonna roll with it. Mia. You are a naughty little liar, girl. I was pondering over what you just said about the flies and the ice cubes, and it reminded me of something. It reminded me of just how tasty your ravioli was today. Huh? If I recall, you made two kinds. White ones filled with veal, and green ones filled with cheese. And if memory serves, the veal ones were exceptionally popular. In fact, you might even say that they were to die for. Originally, thy name is not funny. Thy name is not funny. Wow. I seem to recall that you never ate any of the veal ones yourself. And when I inquired you about it, you said the cheese ones are better for your health. Which, given the circumstances, was true. If memory serves, the only time you ever picked up a veal one was when you were feeding them to me. And even then, you would only pick them up with my fork. I guess you really didn't want to take any chances with them, did you? I must admit, that was a pretty clever move. Color-coded food. Green was safe, and white was poison. You could eat your lunch in front of everyone without them being any the wiser. Then all you had to do was invite the rest of us to try some, knowing full well that we would mainly eat the poisoned veal ones. And if anyone saw you eating one variety in favor of the other, they would assume that you were either being courteous to the rest of us, or that you simply preferred one over the other. Meanwhile, You just had to sit back and watch everyone ingesting their theoretical flies in ice cubes. Very clever, Mia. But tell me, was watching 4 human beings die slowly and painfully really so gosh darn funny? Well? You're being very indecisive right now. Huh? Funny has still yet to tell me when it was that I lied. Remember, that's what you're trying to prove right now. That was the one single question that I agreed to answer. But you're getting sidetracked. All of this talking about poison is irrelevant. You don't have time to waste asking me pointless questions that you already know the answer to anyway. Get to the part where you tell me when I lied. If you don't, then you'll die with regrets. See? She was right. I already knew the answer to that question. If what Mia said was true, that she never lied during the course of the lunch break, then the answer was clear. Mia really did enjoy watching me and the others ingest the poisoned food and then succumb to its effects. After all, I was right there when she started cracking up after the others had taken a turn for the worst. In fact, if I recall correctly, the exact moment she really cranked up the volume was when one girl asked her to teach her how to make ravioli after they got released from the hospital. That actually was kind of funny in a horrifically morbid kind of way, but now was not the time to start thinking like that. There wasn't enough time to question these minor details. I hated the thought of referring to my friend's death as minor details, but I was running on borrowed time. I'd make it up to them in heaven later. For now, I had to prove that Mia was guilty of lying, and unless my memory was failing me, I knew exactly where and when it happened. Alright, Mia, you want me to get back on track, then that's what I'll do. Stay tuned, because I'm about to blow your deceptive veil clean off. Better hurry. After all, time is a factor, funny. Hey, speak for yourself. Alright. Mouth shut and ears open. It's time to finish this. Let us fast forward a couple hours to the time when the others started displaying symptoms from the poison. You and I were at that point remained completely unaffected. Me, because for some reason the poison hadn't taken effect yet. And you, because you were never poisoned to begin with. Poison? Don't you mean virus? Shut up. It seemed like a virus at the time. Give me a break. Anyway, when things started getting worse for the others, you and I left the classroom to call for help. I tried to call an ambulance on my phone, but the battery had died. I was about to go back into the classroom and borrow a phone from the others, but as you no doubt recall, I never did. Why didn't you? Why didn't you do that earlier? And do you know why that is, Mia? It's because right at that moment, when I was about to open the door, you stopped me. I turned to you and you said that I didn't need to do anything. Then you ran down the hallway to go get help. After a few minutes later, you came back, and when I asked you if any help was coming, you said it was on the way. Only it never came, did it, Mia? The help that you called for never showed up. Now, why do you suppose that was? Allow me to explain. It's because you never went for help. You never called for an ambulance. You told me that help was coming when in reality it wasn't. Ergo, Mia, you lied. Oh boy. What is going to happen after all this silence? Mia had gone completely silent. This was it. She was finished. Her veil of deception had been lifted, torn to pieces, and thrown into the wind. I had won. Now was the time to receive my prize before I crossed over to the other side. Okay, Mia. A deal's a deal. It's time for answers. Start talking. Uh-oh. Oh boy, he had a long silence and he started laughing. Lol. Ha ha ha. White? Oh boy. Ah ha 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 ha. All that. Ah ha ha. The room was suddenly filled with the sound of uproarious laughter. Mia had totally snapped. That is more so than before, given the fact that she was already a homicidal maniac who murdered my friends. But still, it was kind of cool. I felt like I was in one of those movies where the good guy effortlessly reveals the villain's evil plans. And then suddenly, the once composed villain completely loses his cool and goes on a tirade about how his plan was supposed to work. And judging by the way Mia was laughing, her calm demeanor had been completely obliterated. I knew it wouldn't be long before she broke down and told me everything I wanted to know. I just hoped that she was a fast talker. I could feel my insides starting to boil up again. My time was almost up. But I refused to die until Mia came clean. Let's get on with this while I still have a pulse, Mia. Settle down and tell me why you lied. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha ha. Inhale. No. Huh? What do you mean no? No means no. I'm not telling. What? We had a deal. If I exposed your lies, you would answer my question. That's right. I know what I said. But it looks like Funny still doesn't. Enough games, Mia. I won and you know it. You have to keep your promise. Don't you tell me you lied about keeping your promise, did you? I didn't lie. Fine, then tell me what I want to know. I won't. Why not? Because Funny still hasn't told me when I lied. What the hell? I'm under no obligation to tell you anything yet. What are you talking about? Weren't you listening just now? You lied when you get to go get help, and then you told me that help was on the way. Blah. Come on, Mia. Enough stalling. Hurry up and tell me. Tell me what I deserve to know. Ah, it's so sad. Funny doesn't realize what he's saying is wrong. He doesn't even remember what he wants me to confess about anymore. There's no point to any of this now. Huh? Unbelievable. I had completely blown the lid on Mia's lies. And yet she just looked down at me like I was some pitiful animal and told me it was all for nothing. Why? Why won't you tell me? Was I just naive in thinking that you would keep your word? Was there really any chance that you were going to confess if you lost? Funny, huh? I said that I would answer your question if you could tell me when it was that I lied. I haven't gone back on my word. If that's true, Mia, then why won't you answer my question? Because you haven't proven anything yet. Huh? All you've managed to do is overanalyze the scenario and draw conclusions based on your own misinterpretations. It's ironic. While trying to prove that I lied to you, you've ended up lying to yourself. That can't be. That's not true. I don't understand what you mean. Where? Where did I make a mistake? How did I get it wrong? What did I misinterpret? Me. Huh? The one thing you completely misinterpreted was me. Huh? Let's assess the scenario. When we left the classroom after your friends had gotten sick, you attempted to phone for help. But then you realized that the batteries in your phone had died. At which point, you attempted to return to the classroom and use one of your friend's phones. Right, which is when you stopped me and told me that I didn't need to do anything. Then you ran for help. And when you came back, I asked you if help was coming, and you said it was. You're doing it again, Funny. You're getting ahead of yourself. You need to go over the facts more thoroughly. Don't just jump to conclusions, or you'll just end up making more mistakes. Please be quiet and let me finish. This was just wrong. I was being criticized by my own killer. One minute she was laughing like a maniac. The next, she's calm, collected, and lecturing me on the importance of analyzing the facts. Apparently, Mia had the ability to lose and regain her composure at will. Was this really the same girl who just yesterday was falling to pieces over a scratch on my knee? It didn't seem that way anymore. As I was saying, when you attempted to return to the classroom, that was when I stopped you. At which point I said, and I quote, "No need to do that," followed by, "I'll be back shortly." Now, you assumed that both of those sentences were in relation to the same topic, which was calling for help. However, they weren't. Huh? What do you mean? As I've been saying from the start, you misinterpreted what I was saying or doing. What? When I stopped you from going inside, it wasn't because I intended to call for help myself. I knew that it would be too late before any help arrived. The poison would have already killed your friends. Though not you, apparently. Still, there wouldn't have been anything the doctors could do to save you. And let's face it, you wanted us to die. That's the real reason you stopped me. Right. And then you said that you would be back shortly and then took off, leaving me to believe that you were going to call for help. But in reality, you were simply trying to trick me into thinking that. I said that those two sentences were unrelated, remember? Even so, you may not have said that you're going for help, but you still managed to mislead me. How you chose to interpret my actions was entirely your own fault. Well then, tell me, Mia. If you didn't simply run away to throw me off, then what did you run away for? Oh boy. What? Mia reached into her school bag and pulled out a pair of scissors. They were soaked with blood. I knew that it couldn't have come from my friends because Mia had never gotten close to their bodies. That could only mean one thing. Eliminating anyone who could have passed by and attempted to assist us. Correct. Mia placed the scissors back into her bag. So, how many people did you slaughter before you returned? Let's move on. She completely dismissed my question and returned to the case at hand. Not that I had any leeway to get sidetracked now anyway. I'm sorry, whoever it was that Mia killed. If you're in heaven, go see my friends. I'll meet up with you shortly and make it up to you then. Let's summarize. I told you not to go into the classroom because I wanted your friends to die. I told you I'd be back, and then I ran away in order to locate and kill any potential intruders. But at no point during or after that time frame did I say anything that would suggest I was doing something else. Nor did I ever try to manipulate you into thinking that I was doing anything other than what I was doing. Any assumptions you made were the result of the conclusions that you came to on your own. I didn't lie. Oh, no? Are you absolutely sure? Are you absolutely sure about that, Mia? Absolutely. Absolutely, positively sure. Ugh. Let us not forget the last portion of that little scenario. The part where you returned and I asked you if you were able to get help. I haven't forgotten anything, but it's obvious that you have. Oh, have I now? Yes. Because if you hadn't forgotten, then the two of us would not be having this conversation right now. How do you figure? Think for a moment. Did things really play out the way you envisioned them? Did I really say to you that help was on the way? Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure you did. You don't seem too sure of yourself, Funny. Wait a minute. You're trying to trick me now, aren't you? You've been feeding me all this crap about never trying to mislead me, and yet here you are trying to pull it off right now. That in itself qualifies as lying. It would if I really was trying to trick you, but I'm not. I'm merely trying to get you to reassess the scenario more thoroughly. My ass, you're just trying to throw me off track again. I'm not. Nor have I ever. You think I told you that help was on the way, but I didn't. I never even so much as mentioned the word help. Enough of this beating around the bush, Mia. If you're so sure I'm wrong, then help get the record straight. What did you say to me when you returned to the classroom? When I came back, you asked me what's the verdict, in relation to your presumption that I had called for help, and I replied, people will come soon. Ah. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Oh boy. Now he's crazy this time. So I was right. I was right all along. You did lie. You said that people were coming, but they didn't. They never came. It wasn't true. That was a lie. You lied. And that means I win. I win, Mia. That means you have to tell me what I want to know. Come on, out with it. Tell me. Tell me, Mia. Tell me everything. Tell me now. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. And all that crap. Oh boy. More cough. And more. That's a lot of laughter. It's making it worse for you, buddy. Uh. Crash. That was it? When the night ends and a new day begins, this school will be full of students again. This school will be full of students again. What is she implying, referring to? They will open the door to this room and they will see you, Funny, and your friends lying on the floor together, as all good friends do. In other words, people will come soon and find your corpses. Like I said, Funny, I didn't lie. People come. Oh, what the This is confusing shit. When they say people come soon, that means tomorrow morning they will see your dead bodies. Oh my goodness, I didn't lie. Yep. That scared me a bit. I didn't lie. Ah ha 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 ha. That was a. Oh my god. Okay, that was it. Oh my goodness, that was a long. I mean, what time have I been recording? Over almost 44 minutes. Okay, so that was the bad ending apparently. So, hope you guys enjoy this. We got last two more to go. So, stick around and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. And thank you to anyone who continued to watch this. See ya.